The Club Sports Athletic Training Department has provided tremendous care for our athletes. Back in the fall, the department took on a new expansion and created a larger facility to evaluate and rehabilitate our injured student athletes. The new expansion has helped the athletic training team work with our athletes and gives our trainers the ability to do more rehab to ensure a speedy recovery.
Well, definitely creating space was huge for us, and adding more space for rehab, adding more space for recovery, adding more space for treatments. Just space in general was huge, but also adding the offices gives us more of a private area to have conversations with our athletes, more of a private area to have conversations with our physicians. Again, just adding a more professional appearance to what we're doing around here. We were doing well in that small space, but just giving us that atmosphere just to do our jobs is fantastic.
The athletic training department has grown so much since 2010. Jump to 2021, Angie has another full-time staff member, 4 graduate assistants, and a large number of students from the surrounding area assisting the department and learning from her.
This place and this area of Club Sports has grown from day one. Like day one, I remember being in a corner and having a few boxes of tape and saying, "Here, do your job." And now we're myself full-time and Tiffany full-time, and then 4 graduate assistants, and then a plethora of students that do their internships here. It really is a unique environment, but also just a place where we can see the growth that God has allowed us to have, and that the university has poured into, so that we can actually do our jobs with the space that we need, the people that we need, and just everything that just God has blessed us with. It's a really exciting just to be a part of it.
I started as a GA in spring of 2017, and it was just a small half of the building, and by this point Angie had built up to, she had her full-time person, and there was now 4 graduate assistants, which has slowly allowed us, as we've added more people, to be able to travel with more teams, be able to cover more events, just because we have more hands. It's also allowed us to be able to take on more athletic training students from the area. So we've been able to kind of build a network of students and have them kind of come in, learn from us, we learn from them, and then this expansion of the building has allowed us to do even more.
With growth comes more goal setting and more responsibility. As the department grows, so do the needs of athletes. Angie and her team have specific goals for each year that help them prepare for every new season and year, and what to do specifically on how to handle our student athletes.
Well, one of the goals of Club Sports is to be fiscally responsible, and one of the things that we added this year was the third-party billing system, where we can bill the students' insurance for the services that we provide in order to put some money back into our department. So that's one of our goals, is just to be fiscally responsible, not really charging the athletes for the care, but being able to charge the athletes' insurance. And so that really helps us a lot, and hopefully be able to grow. And then of course one of my goals would be to add another full-time person to our staff in order to service more teams and to be able to travel with more teams. This year we have taken an approach to where we were traveling to with the teams that were only going to nationals, but a lot of those teams are requiring more and more attention. And so once they get used to having that attention and having that person travel with them, they're going to want it more. So we're going to be able to add more staff members in order to add the ability to travel with more teams.
We've slowly had more outside schools reach out to us asking to do internships here or just do some observation hours here. There's been some high school students who have even come in interested in the athletic training profession, and they've come in and done some hours with us. So we've been able to expand everybody that we can help, so outside of just the Lynchburg area, to bring them in and share the profession with them, share what we do here with them.
If you were to ask Angie and her staff what their favorite parts of the new expansion are, she would have to say her own new office and the large workspace to work on student athletes. This new expansion has excited the athletic training team for what's in store for the future.
The new office spaces were a huge help. We were able to take the one office that we did have and turn it into a physician's office / concussion room office. So we're no longer getting kicked out of our one private space that we have for someone to come in and do a concussion test. We can have somebody doing a concussion test. We have the 2 offices in a conference room so that we can actually have decent conversations in our space with athletes or coaches or just whoever else needs to come down for like a quick meeting without having to be like in the middle of our clinic for everyone to hear.
I love my new office, the privacy of it, the cleanliness of it, being able to escape for a little bit and do some work, and not having to be in the middle of everything that's going on out there. But selfishly, I do enjoy my office, but also the conference room where I can sit and have discussions with my staff and not have to worry about athletes hearing or other people passing by hearing our conversations, because a lot of what we do is very private, and we don't want to share that information with the whole world. So just having those private spaces to do those kind of things. And then of course the huge rehab space where we can actually do quality rehab and not be bumping into other athletes doing other things. And so really just the space that it allows us to operate.